Hello everyone, welcome. Today we will be making hot chocolate bombs. To get us started, you will need coconut oil, a silicone mold that is a half circle. You'll need hot chocolate, chocolate chips or melting chocolate, marshmallows, and a small bowl and spoon. Okay, you're going to start by putting some of the other stuff aside. You're going to need your chocolate chips and your small bowl first. So we're just gonna put probably about just a little bit of chocolate in our bowl. If you have a kid at home, just use about half of your chocolate because we're gonna melt the other half for the second layer. I'm gonna go ahead and melt this in the microwave in 30-second increments. Okay, so we're looking pretty melty here. We're not completely melted, but what I'm going to do is I am going to take some coconut oil, and because we're working with just a little bit of chocolate, I'm really just gonna take a little bit of oil to begin with. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it in. So this will kind of just help thin the chocolate a little bit and just make it a little bit easier to work with, especially because this is not traditional melting chocolate. It just is sometimes a little bit harder to work with. So we're going to mix, mix, mix. Okay, that should be good to get us started. If your chocolate is still a little lumpy, then you could go ahead and pop it back into the microwave for maybe about 10 seconds. I'm actually going to do that myself because I still have a few lumps in here. Okay, I just popped it back in the microwave for 10 seconds and we are nice and smooth. Now the fun begins. So you're going to take your mold. If you have a kit, you will just have 2 half circles. So what you're going to do is you're going to take some chocolate and you are going to spoon it in to the half circle. And using your spoon, you're just going to try and spread it as evenly as possible. You might need to take a little bit more chocolate. And remember, this is just the first coat. So we just want to basically cover the inside of the molds. Remember, we want these to be hollow, so we don't really want to fill this up completely with chocolate. Oop, I forgot a spot. And take your time with this. You could also use a paintbrush. I would recommend that you don't use a paintbrush that has already been used with paint. That might, cause some issues. But if you have patience, the back of a spoon should work just fine. Okay, so I went ahead and did the second semicircle. I coated it with chocolate. I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the fridge for 10 minutes. Also too, don't wash this just yet because you will use this to melt the rest of your chocolate. Okay, it's been 10 minutes and they are looking good. I went ahead and I took my bowl from before. I added some more chocolate chips. I'm just going to mix them in with the chocolate that was already in there. Again, I'm going to melt it in 30-second increments in the microwave, and then we are ready for our second layer. Okay, that chocolate is nice and melted. I did go ahead and I added a smidge more of coconut oil, which was, I think I did about a half a teaspoon. So I'm going to take my chocolate and we're going to do the same thing again. And we are just going to spread on the second layer and just make sure that you cover the whole thing. Okay, second layer is complete. They will go back in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and then we will start assembling. Okay, they are out of the fridge. They are hard. It did actually take me a little bit more than 10 minutes for the second coat. It took me about 15 minutes, so if it does take longer, don't fret. Now, we have to be super careful as we try to pop them out of the mold. All right. Very nerve-wracking. My marshmallows. We don't need those yet, so I'm going to just kind of pull and see it kind of popping out a little bit. I'm just going to start by stretching. And let's see. You could do it. Yay. Okay, we have one half. And again, stretch one way, the other, and then I'm going to slowly peel. All right, not too shabby. We have our two halves. They are going to be filled, but before we do that, I'm actually going to heat up a plate in the microwave for about 30 seconds, just so that we could use that to seal this up. Okay, now that my plate is warm, I'm going to take one half. I'm just going to gently shimmy it to get those edges a little melty. Then we're going to carefully add in our hot chocolate mix.